This literally happened overnight, which is crazy. No way they'll reach. All right, now small things in a small space become big problems. All right. This morning when I woke up, you guys can see the bug netting I have in the back. I like to sleep with the back hatch cracked a little bit for some airflow, depending on where I am, if it's safe or not. And I wake up and I see a couple of ants. I see a couple of ants on the outside of the bug screen. And I thought no big deal. I kind of like flicked them off and, laid down for a couple more minutes. So as I got to the driver's seat to drive off, I started finding more and more ants on the dashboard, on the door panel up here. So I'm just like, wait a minute, like what is going on, bro? Like I probably killed like 5 within a matter of like 2 seconds, like bam, 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 bam. I was like, oh hell no, like let me just get out of here, because if they're like on the car, then maybe I can just drive off. Maybe I could drive off. The wind would like knock them off, make them fly off, whatever. I park the car, get the auto, go back. I get to a parking lot. I park again just to see the outside, like what's going on. That way I can have an idea what's going on. Yo, there are ants all over the outside of my car, like all along the plastic seams and like all over the bumper. Oh my gosh, there was over like 1,000 ants. I wouldn't say 1,000, over 100 ants. All along you can see I got the bait traps now, but they were all running all along the freaking the windshield crevice up there, and along that side as well. Man, yeah, like that was shoot. You can still see I got a couple of dead bodies right there. See, oh look, there's one right there. Get that. Yeah, definitely not cool. So immediately, like after I saw the trail of them all over my bumper and like the trim, I thought to go get a car wash. I got a quick, little $7 car wash at a gas station, hoping to knock more of them off. And then I got these bait traps. The ants, they eat the food in there, and then they're supposed to take it back to the colony. Obviously, we're not near the colony anymore. Hey, look, another element. Twin. Oh shit, almost ran a red light. My first time having ants in the car. Maybe I've had like a couple stragglers, but this was like damn near an infestation. I try to park under trees. That way it's darker and it's a little bit harder for people to see inside because of the shadow from the tree. There most likely was a colony either somewhere near the ground or up in the tree somewhere, where ants had quickly, smelled the food in the car and found their way in. Not stressful, but definitely a little bit more stressful than it was if it were in the house. In a home, you have a little bit more space. Everything's a little bit more spread out. Once they catch the food, there's nowhere for them to go. So they're just kind of going to like die. They're just going to die in here in the space with me. Like, shit, Yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. Nothing's perfect in car life. I'm not hiding. I'm not trying to hide my flaws, or I'm not trying to hide, like the nuances. And, I couldn't control what happened. I couldn't control the ants coming into my car. They probably would have made it into my car eventually, somehow, some way, based off the chances of, parking in random places every night. So it was bound to happen, I think. And I think I reacted in a good way, in a positive way. I didn't freak out. It wasn't like a catastrophe. It was just a little minor setback. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, to just be open about my experience living in my car. Because I feel like ants and pests and other things like that be, you know, like a common occurrence living in your car. You know, you have food, crumbs, drink juice or coffee or whatever. You know, that stuff just attracts. It attracts animals. It'll attract bugs. You know, and I live with my dog too, so there's just more ways of tracking critters up in here. So yeah, I just want to like give you guys an update, share with you guys what's going on with me, and see you guys on the next one. All right, peace. Thinking, man. So like, I'm not looking for praise or anything, but last night there's this homeless guy who like was actually like on the street. He lives and sleeps on the street. I see him all the time, at least 2-3 times a week, you know. So last night, before I parked in the location where the ants came in, I gave him some canned food that I have in the back. You know, I've been wanting to do that for a while. But you know, this ant situation, it kind of got me thinking, man. Like, this guy sleeps on the floor, on the street, in the grass. And for those other people, man, like, you know, like, what do you do what do they do when, you know, like, you lay or sleep on an ant colony? Like, you know, you got sleeping with ants crawling on you, and, oh, man, that's, you know, it's just, honestly, it's humbling me. Like, I get humbled every time I see somebody sleeping on the street. You know, I have, you know, roof over my head. I have locked doors. You know, I have a place to store my stuff. But yeah, it's super humbling, man. Honestly, like, this whole thing is humbling. You know, yeah, I can imagine. It's a lot more exposed than I am now.